Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and we are recording the week school starts.
Yes, my kids are less than thrilled about that.
Are they? I'm not going to lie, I love seeing the buses back out. And
Yeah.
I like seeing the hustle and bustle in the
I like
morning.
seeing everyone's back to school pictures on Facebook that
Do
they
ya?
share, like
Yeah.
all their kids growing up, and they always look cute and
Oh.
cleaned up. And
Yeah, but you know what I don't like? My daughter's first day of the last day of her junior year.
oh, like when it gets a little sappy.
I'm like,
Uh-huh.
okay, first day of her last year of
Yeah.
school, or first day of her
Uh-huh.
last year of junior. I like really have to. My brain doesn't work in that way. I have to like go first day.
Uh-huh.
la-
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not get crazy, people. Just
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Just keep it
Keep
simple.
it
Hey,
simple
here's
for me and Stacey.
I do love. Maybe we should have named the show "Keep It Simple" with Beth and Stacey. If we ever want to change the name.
Yeah, that's awesome. Keep it simple. I'm gonna,
That
could be our like subtitle. Or by the way, Beth and Stacey, keep it simple.
Keep it simple. I like it. Yeah. Oh shoot! But yeah, I can't believe it. But it's sad for me. My baby Jack is going to kindergarten.
Oh,
So that means he's gone all day on Monday.
yeah, that is a little sad when they start kindergarten.
Yesterday I was at the house with him, and he got a package in the mail, and it was a new lunchbox.
Oh.
You would have thought that a Ferrari just rolled up in the front yard. He was thrilled because his lunchbox matches his book bag. Oh, gosh, yeah, he was thrilled. He doesn't really, because I'm like, so, Jack, have we figured out what's going to, y'all pick you up on Tuesdays and take you to school, and I'll pick him up on Mondays if JoJo's not, because now you got Joanna in the mix. So, like, that's nap time. She's usually still asleep right there. And so I'm like, well, I guess we'll just have to figure that out. And then I'm like, you know what? You could always ride the bus and just get off on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Paige is working, then get off. I don't know. We're pondering a bunch of stuff, and so I'm not really sure what my role is yet. I'm almost positive I'm picking him up on Monday afternoon if JoJo's not asleep. I know that I'm for a fact that I'm picking him up on Tuesday afternoons and taking him. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, my issue is getting two kids to two different buildings. Then they both have to be there at the same time. Neither of them want to be too early, and neither of them want to cut it too close.
Well, one of them's got to make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay, the real talk, because I used to drive, my boys rode the bus to Mary's. Mary Hemp Hills is where they went to after school. So they always rode the bus home from school, but I took them to school. You want to talk about a pain in the rear end? Whenever they made Lincoln School only 5th grade, and so 4th graders were bused. So, the north end would go 1 year to Xenia. The south end then would go 1 year to Xenia. So Mac, his 4th grade year, went to Xenia.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I had to get Connor to McKendree and Mac at Xenia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Xenia's just not like, that's not far by no means, but like when you're, 14 miles and then waiting in line. And, yeah, that was the only time that would be
a pain.
It was really tricky, but I can't remember what I did. I probably got up super early and dropped Mac off. And I don't know I can't remember what I did, but it's all good. It's all good. It is what it is. But yeah, I like back to school. Looking forward to it.
I got all my flowers cleaned off my porch, and I'm ready to go buy mums.
Well, this weather's been so weird.
I know. It feels like fall.
I took off I lost my hanging baskets when the water main broke. I couldn't get them back from not being. I didn't want to waste. We didn't want to waste water. They were like conserve water when the water main broke. So I lost my. And one of them was ginormous that I've had since May. It's been looking beautiful, but I lost them. So me and the kids did that, and usually my impatiens in the front of my sunroom will stay big and beautiful and bloom always. Sometimes they're still blooming when we do Halloween at my house.
Yeah,
they've the leaves there's not a flower on them.
Your impatiens on the east side of your house look good, on the northeast side. Yeah, they're great. They're huge. They're great big flowers, but the rest of them at her house aren't so good.
What happened? The leaves are yellow. The leaves turned yellow. I have put.
It might have been maybe too much rain because we had all that rain there for a while.
Yeah, maybe it is just too much rain for them, and they just because I've never, we've never had that before this time of year, and I bet you're right because I've
the
never
cooler
had
temperatures. I don't know. I'm not a plant.
Yeah, I just like them. I don't know anything about them, but I just like them. But my impatiens usually are still blooming beautiful right now. But I think it was just the water. And they're just they're like, it's going to make me sad. I'm going to give them a moment and see if maybe if it warms back up, if they come back.
They're probably done. Nope, don't try. Get your mums.
Forget it,
Go buy your mums and put your fall stuff out and be happy that it's cooling off.
Yeah.
That's what my advice.
Yeah, well, it ain't cooling off yet.
I know.
We've got that Indian summer coming and all that.
We probably have more than one Indian summer. We'll probably have. There's usually a couple, but that's okay. I'm still gonna get some of my fall stuff out.
Yeah, I like fall. Yeah, once August hits and I don't know where July went. It went faster than fast, and then August. I don't even know what the date is. We're already like in the teens, I think.
Yeah.
Is this today's the 15th?
No. I think
13th.
Yeah, I don't know. The 13th, maybe on the day we're filming. We're filming this on August the 13th, 2024. But summer goes by so fast.
Yeah, I don't like that because I do love summer, but I love fall. So I'm wondering now, when we were coming up here, I didn't even look at Strifes and see if they've got all their stuff out, but
I don't know. I didn't look either.
And then the Bullards, they got. I wasn't paying. They still like advertising fruit and stuff. And I'm a farmer's market girl. I love the farmer's market. That's where I get a lot of stuff at the farmer's market. And then I'll buy other things at the other places too. But the farmer's market gets these ginormous mums. But you got to get there early if you want those red, yellow, white ones. Have you already been?
No,
when can we get them?
I don't know. I don't know what day you can go. It's actually on my list of things to do today because I put it on my calendar every year ahead of time. So like on my phone, on my calendar in August, like this week, it says go buy mums at FM Farmers Market. Because I know you have to get there early because I like those beautiful ones that have the 3 different colors in it. Yeah. I put it on my calendar.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you.
That way I don't forget, because then you don't want to forget to go buy them, and then
Well, Jim's been in a tree cutting down. Oh my gosh,
frenzy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So and it does need it, but I hate to see. He cut a lot of him and Doug Lindsay cut a bunch of tree limbs. Well, first of all, they were like those really 2 super hot days before it cooled off. Jim was out there helping Doug there on the north end of town. A tree in that storm had blown over and was laying on the lady's house, and so they were there getting that off. And I'm like, you're 61 and it's like 150 out here, and you're old. Quit. But he didn't die, so that's good. He was up there doing it. But then it got Jim in the mood because now
he's cutting trees down at your house.
He's cutting. We got to cut this limb back. So there's a bucket truck. Doug's bucket truck's back there, and he's getting all that stuff.
I did notice you had some dead spots because I spent some time in your pool this year, and there was a couple of birds that I named while I was swimming at her house because they just were there constantly watching over me. And one of them was a crow, big black crow.
Yes.
And he would perch on this dead limb on the top of one of your trees and then watch me swim. And then occasionally he'd swoop down there by the pool, and I they say crows are so smart. Like you can give them a little something and they'll bring you back a trinket. Like if you give them a little treat, like some peanuts or something. I really wanted to try that, but I didn't think you would approve.
Is he still there?
I haven't seen him lately.
I don't know.
Then you had this real pretty dove that had kind of built a nest.
There is a dove. I love the dove. I haven't seen the crow.
I named her Carla.
Carla the dove? Okay, yep.
And then there was just a big blackbird, not the crow, just a starling or something that kept coming by too. But anyway, they kept sitting on that dead tree, the dead part. Not the whole tree was dead, but the top part of it was.
Where the outhouse is at?
Yes.
Yeah, those one of them really has to come down. That didn't come all the way down. He cut a bunch of dead stuff off, but then he went to where the Airbnb's at, and he cut a bunch of limbs off down there. Got that bucket trap, and he's not done. He's not done.
Well, you're lucky that you have a hardworking husband.
He is there. He's not done. He's going to get, I wouldn't be surprised if he, I don't know, there is one that's still hanging over. And I have that little, swing out there that I love to sit on. I have one shade tree that is shady. It could be 150 degrees outside. And if you sit underneath that, you're not, because it's just so dense. And he was like, some of that, I'm like, don't even think about that tree is not. I said, you can cut off just a little bit of the dead. But, so he was like, I'm going to have to trim that back. See, once Jim gets in a
Yeah, he can't stop. He can't stop cutting trees down once he starts.
Once Jim gets in the mood. Because when we bought our house, we had lots of trees. They're gone. First of all, tornadoes took some of them down. Took that beautiful red maple down that was spectacular. That was so sad when it went down. I literally cried over that one. But then we had them stupid gumball trees. Gumball trees are beautiful in the fall because they're yellow, but they are treacherous all the rest of the year.
I know.
Never plant a gumball tree. They're awful.
Yeah, there's a lot of them around here. I wonder who planted them all. Do you think it was General Parsons?
General Parsons? I don't know, because if you look out there where it's all out, I don't think General Parsons put a bunch of...
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a lot in my neighborhood. I know that. So,
have we ever done General Parsons on the cemetery tour?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
We have. I don't remember.
Speaking of the cemetery tour.
Ooh,
that's coming right up. So, it is September, what, 9th and 10th?
9th and 10th, I think.
Let's pull up a calendar real quick. Is that the second weekend in September?
Yeah.
13th, 14th. Sorry, let us get that corrected. It's September 13th and 14th at Elmwood Cemetery in Flora. It starts at the historic Flora Depot. It is history. It is not scary. It is, you see all these different people portraying people that used to live here and that are buried here and talk about their lives and what they did.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
My favorite character's back.
Yeah, this year's the best of the best. So they're doing skits from the past that were voted on by the town, the people that have been, about what their favorite skits were. And so the one I'm bringing back is awesome too. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited about. Well, I love this character. So
good.
Let's just say she's crazy. I play crazy well.
You do. It's so.
It's almost.
It's just weird.
It's like, almost scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
Well, my two personalities can swap over in about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
I'm with you. I understand. I understand. You have an ad for us today?
I do have an ad.
What are we gonna kick this show off with?
Well, I found this really cute ad, and I really look at how cute she is on the phone.
Oh my gosh, darling! I'm tickled pink all over. I'm head over heels in new pink Dove.
This is an ad from 1940. Yes, darling, Dove, new pink color, heavenly new fragrance, same creamy Dove formula. I mean, if you think about it, and Dove is, I mean, some of these companies have been going on for years. So that's 60, 70, 84 years old. This ad is. How cute is she, though?
She's
1940.
super cute.
I love the phone. Because let's real talk. Okay, so back when we were younger, we didn't have cell phones. You know, you had the phone that had the big old long cord.
Right.
How many times were you in? And we didn't have a shower in our house. Back when, I mean, the showers, the bathtubs were the things. Yeah, showers weren't the thing back.
We lived
back
in a house
day.
once that didn't have a shower, I think.
Yeah, there was a shower in the basement just for my dad, but yeah, the upstairs bedroom, everything was not. I think when Jim and I ended up moving in with our parents, with my parents for a little bit, Jim actually put one in the upstairs bathroom, but both bathrooms were bathtubs. So how many times, I caught this because she's on the phone, how many times when you were a teenager did you sit in the bathtub, a bubble bath, on the phone with your friends?
I don't know. I don't know that I ever did.
What? You didn't do that in the 90s? What's wrong with you 90s people?
I took a shower.
Oh, see. Yeah.
I was a shower
girl.
Gosh,
we'd say, yeah, it was, that phone cord.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that phone cord to go from here to the other room. Yeah, we always
I can remember having a really long phone cord. And the fact that all the phones came in such cute colors.
Yeah, I have. I had a pink one, and one of my favorite ones that I got finally was one that, remember, like you could see they were clear.
I was getting ready to talk about that. I was waiting on you to finish. I'm like, I'm going to talk about my favorite phone, which is clear, and you could see the insides of it.
I had one of those too. It was awesome.
Yeah, Ty, see if you can pull up a picture of a
clear
phone from the 90s, and I bet you it's the same one.
I loved that phone.
Oh, I loved that phone too.
I've got if you're like, you leave my sunroom, which you've noticed, I have two phones. Like when you walk out the door, one is off-white. That is the childhood phone from Jim's house when he grew up.
Oh, okay.
And it's even got like when you turn open up, there's like certain 911, all that stuff.
Like listed?
Yeah, and then on the other one is orange, a bright orange phone, and I took it from the house that was green that we tore down next door to us. I'm like, I want that phone. Jim's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, hang him why wouldn't you hang him in the sunroom?
Yeah.
Right when you're walking out the door.
What's he thinking?
I don't know. There it is.
That's obvious. Of course they're going to be.
Oh, yeah. These
phones. That's the phone. That's the phone. Thank you, Ty. That's awesome. Loved that phone.
You want to talk about bringing back memories.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
I know. Love that phone.
I thought I was so cool.
I know.
And then my Aunt Barb had a super cool phone in the 70s, and it was like one. It almost looked like this, It was like it just set down. When you set it down, it like shut off. But then when you picked it up, it was like and it was just like you would hold it like you would hold this microphone.
Oh, that's cool.
It was super cool. Yeah, and it was had a big base like this microphone, and then it came up and was curved like this, and you'd hold it.
Oh, neat.
And then like you do it, and you dial the number. But then whenever you set it down, it would disconnect.
Cool.
I love that phone.
I can also remember from my childhood, I don't think I ever had this phone, but I wanted it. It was a Garfield phone. Do you remember those?
I do remember
Google
the Garfield.
that real quick.
I do.
Garfield phone. Yeah, I don't think I ever had one, but I know I loved it. Somebody I knew had one, and I thought, man, that was so cool.
Yeah, well,
they are so cool to have that phone.
Cool. I got my grandpa. There's Garfield phone.
Yeah. Yeah, how cute is that?
Yeah.
That was the epitome of cool when I was a kid.
That was cool. My grandpa, Roy Franklin, he loved ducks. And I remember one year for Christmas, I bought him a duck phone. So, like, when you picked it up, it was like the duck. And when the phone rang, it went quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. When that phone would ring. But there it is. Oh, yeah, so that one. That's the phone I got my grandpa.
Oh, that's funny.
I still have it. After Granny passed away, she gave it to me.
Is it hanging in the sunroom?
No, but I need to get it. I'm going to find it now that I think about it.
You need to have a whole phone wall in your sunroom area.
I do. I'll bring Grandpa's back. But, yeah. But how fun. Yeah. Oh, memories.
Yes. I
love
the old phones. See?
That Dove ad just brought back all these memories. But yeah, it's fun. Can you remember my phone number on South Locust Street was 662-2444.
My phone number was 252-7186.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, now that DiMaggio's is gone, if I ever go to jail, I only remember two numbers. That was the old DiMaggio's and my home phone number that's just gone. Oh. So I always thought if I go to jail, I hope DiMaggio's is open.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know a few. I know my mom's cell phone number by heart.
I don't know. I don't even know my own. But on that note,
time for a commercial break?
Yeah, we're way past due.
Okay.
But that's okay. We'll be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We are starting off the show, and we've got several interesting things to talk about. It's going to be a little bit of not just one story today, a little hodgepodge of some things. So I'm going to kick it off talking about a road here in town that was known for having a really bad railroad crossing where there was a lot of wrecks.
A lot of wrecks.
Yeah, and the name of the road now is Princewood Drive, and it is... it's out by the West Y, and it's like before you get to Julian's.
It's literally the road right where like it curves to go north or go straight. It's literally right there.
Yeah.
Right before you would get to what used to be Creative Gifts and Flowers.
Yeah. The Apostolic Church is down that road.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about that road. Why they named it Princewood Drive? No, it's do you remember the years where they named all the 911 streets and nobody? I
remember when that happened.
Nobody really had. It was like a group of people from who knows where that came in and just named all these streets.
Trees, this group of this.
Yeah, they did it like what minerals is this area.
Yeah,
but then there's just some random stuff thrown in there that didn't really
because there's not a wood named Prince.
No.
It's not like
Oakwood, it's like they just picked some random name out of a hat for some of these streets. And people were like, why didn't you, if it would have been local people, there might have been a better name for the road. So,
like Death Tracks?
Yes.
Death Track.
Do you know where Death Tracks Road is?
Yes, no. Because so many people died.
Everyone already had a name for this road. They called it Bell Crossing Road.
Oh, okay.
Or some people called it Bell Road.
Bell Road.
Or Bell Crossing Road. So there was some confusion whenever they named it Princewood Drive.
That is weird.
It was like, why did you have to change it? Everybody already knew it as Bell Crossing. So why not just say Bell Crossing Road?
That's what I would have done.
I still have beef about that. Okay. Not just that one in particular, but in general. The whole naming of the 911 roads.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Okay. I'm just being honest.
Well, I know you are.
Those kind of things bug me.
I know.
The lack of common sense.
Yes, she can't take it.
I can't. Okay, the reason, let's see. The road was known as Bell Crossing Road from the family, which had lived near the crossing for many years. That was the Bell family. The Bell family lived near the crossing. So John Bell, I don't have a picture of him, but he was born in England on May the 9th of 1873. And he was the son of John and Margaret Brown Bell. He got married. He married a woman named Rilla McVeigh. I like that name, Rilla.
Rilla.
It makes me think of Marilla from Green Gables.
How's it spelled? Is it R?
R-I-L-L-A.
Rilla.
Oh, have you ever read any of the Anna Green Gables books?
No, I have not.
Her adopted mother was named Marilla, but then she went on to, there's another book that on down the line, and I don't remember if it's her daughter or her granddaughter was named Rilla.
I like Rilla.
I'm going to add that to my list of names I want to use one day for a future pet. Okay, Rilla.
Okay, a future cat.
Future cat.
A future cat.
Okay, so he married Rilla, and she was the daughter of Charles and Alice Ellis McVeigh. And John and Rilla operated a men's clothing store. And the men's clothing store was in Sandoval for just a little while when they got started, and then they moved it to Flora. So they ran a men's clothing store. And then when they moved to Flora, he also owned an ice, coal, and feed business until he retired in 1943. So that's kind of cool. I actually have a picture of their house. I think if Ty could be getting that ready, of the house that stood.
You found it? Yeah. Let me see this house. Yeah,
let's take a look at this. Yeah.
Oh,
look at that cool old farmhouse.
And that sits right there by the...
Well, it was according to my notes, it was on the west side of what is now Princewood Drive. On the west
side.
On the west side right now is a large fenced-in area owned by Country Mark.
That's what we saw, yeah.
And Country Mark has like an oil, gas, I don't know what they do exactly, area out there. It's all fenced off, but I don't know this for sure, and somebody out there probably remembers because it wasn't that long ago they tore down this house.
So probably
it had to be between now and 2004 that they tore this house down because when Rena talked about it, it was still standing.
Okay.
And it's not now. Stacey and I drove down there.
When did Rena write about that?
2004.
2004.
And so,
we drove out there. It's not. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, so I think that is probably where Country Mark was, is what I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
But if you haven't been down that road, I'm sure the people that live on this road will probably want to strangle me for saying it. But you should drive down that road.
Yeah,
because it's beautiful and it's very short and it's a dead end. Mm-hmm. And those people that live on that road have an awesome location.
Oh, it's a great location.
Because they are right in the edge of town.
Right in town, but it don't look like it.
But it feels like country. Mm-hmm. And they don't have any traffic on the road. Because it's a dead end.
Till now. You're welcome.
Till now, yeah, sorry. But just do a little roll through there and check it out. It's nice. But okay, so back to the Bells. The senior John Bell, the one that was born in England, was a farmer, and it's believed that him and his wife Margaret also lived in this whole Bell Crossing area before 1902. So he moved here from England. He lived by that crossing. Then his son lived by the crossing, okay, in that house that we just showed. So John and Rilla had one son. His name was John Harold Bell, and here's another example of another family who names every generation of boys John, and there's like 50 million of them, and it's hard, when I'm telling a story, it's hard to know which John I'm talking about, okay? So that was their son, John Harold, and then they also had 4 daughters, Margaret, Gertrude, Mary, and Bonnie. Margaret married a Buckles, Gertrude was a Thompson, Mary was a Gottman, and Bonnie was a Griffin.
Okay.
So they had 5 kids in that cute little farmhouse out there
that little
where
house.
it feels like country, but they're that close to Flora. John died in 1964 at the age of 91. So not the senior John, but the middle John. And Rilla, she died in 1977 at the age of 88. And she was well known in the county because she was a WCTU lady. Do you know what a WCTU lady is?
It's got to be something with a war.
No.
No? Oh. Well, little drinky? No?
Women's Christian Temperance Union. She was
What's
this is alcohol. She's against drinking. Temperance.
Oh, okay.
No drinking, no alcohol. Bad news bears. So she's saying
not even a little glass of wine?
No, Stacey, it's the devil. So she said no drinking. So she was well known in Flora as WCTU lady.
So she meant business.
She meant business.
Okay.
Rilla did. I like Rilla.
I did till now, but
no, you still like her. Okay, you still like her. She's a good person.
She's a good person.
So she was very active in the WCTU organization in the middle of the 20th century, and she was very opposed to the drinking of alcohol. So let's talk about the crossing part at Bell Crossing. It became known as a very dangerous crossing because it was a very dangerous crossing. Lots of people died there.
If you see, when we went there, it's all grown up. Yeah. But I can see why, because it kind of runs at an angle.
And not only that, but
there was no cross.
It's high there. And the road was lower, so you had to come up and then over. Okay, so and Rena's talking about it. She talked to somebody, they couldn't remember the name, but it was the mother-in-law of Lewis Hamilton. I don't even know that name, but she was killed at the crossing in the late 40s. She was just driving in her car, didn't see the train. She pulled up onto the crossing to kind of look, and she was just too late. It hit. She was killed instantly, and there's been numerous wrecks just like that there. Let's take a look at the picture of the crossing. It's going to look like a grassy area. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so this is just taken yesterday. Stacey and I drove out there. At the end of the road, there are these 2 large concrete barriers. That's what's in the forefront of the picture. And then if you look real closely, back there in the back of the picture where the tall green grass is, the weeds, that is the railroad tracks kind of up above it. So there's definitely an incline there as you go up and over the tracks. It's higher. This is a very overgrown, slightly wooded end at this road. Stacey and I approached it slowly and carefully because I heard something in the weeds.
Yes.
And I was also afraid of ticks, which is like my fear. And guess what happened?
Something startled us.
It did.
It was terrifying.
It was like all of a sudden there was a big commotion in the bushes and something ran right out in front of us, and it was
Here comes Peter Cottontail. It was a rabbit. We both went, ah! Oh my gosh! What's that?
We both totally jumped out of our skin. It was just this little rabbit with a very bright
bunny. I mean, it wasn't even a full
It was like
rabbit.
A picture perfect bunny, and it had that perfect little white bunny tail and the gray body, and it was just hopping out there living its best life in its own little private ecosystem. And we intruded.
But you know what else? We got to take it before now, on that note, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We're talking about Bell's Crossing Road, or Bell Road, which is now known as Princewood Drive. Okay, so Rena, when she did the research on this road, she asked a retired railroader, why were there so many wrecks on that road? And I'm betting the retired railroader was her husband.
Oh, I bet it was too. Do you think it might have been Don?
It might have been Don. Anyway, he said that there were switches near there which directed the trains off the main line onto the sidings and also to a side track which ran behind the Fabic Tractor Company. I'm not sure where that was. But somehow the switches were failing to be thrown or were set incorrectly. But he thinks the main problem was the speed at which the trains traveled. They were just so fast right through there and coming into Flora hot, you know, and then that crossing, so anyway, lots of wrecks over the years there. Eventually there were so many that the railroad decided to abandon that crossing altogether and closed it. They barricaded it. It's a dead end from both directions.
Does it say what year that happened?
It was around 1990.
Really? So it went on for, okay.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know the exact year. It was just around there. But there was also economical reasons for closing it. Right. It just was one less crossing to maintain, so they might as well close the one. Right. There's multiple ones, and there's a couple others in Clay County that I would like to talk about. I'm going to try to research where there were other bad accidents over time, but that was definitely one where it continued to happen on a regular basis. So
how many people, Pat? Do you
know? I don't know, but it says many. Several. It says many.
Yeah, there's several areas. There's several crossings around where there was bad accidents, and well, my family, we always went to Gaskins Lake over in Clay City. I think Bangert's own it now, but it was like a really nice place back in the day, and people set campers out. My grandfather had a camper out there, or a cabin or something. It was one of those places like you'd roll in, and there'd be somebody at the gate, and then you go in. They had like this really cute little country store. You could get candy. Cool. Yeah, it was like a campground over there. But when you go back to get to Gaskins Lake, you enter off I think it's maybe that second bridge on Route 50 on the east side of Clay City. So you go there, and there's this area where it's flat, and then it goes way up, and that railroad crossing's right there. Then it goes back down, and it's wooded everywhere. And it didn't have the
arms that
came down. And I remember we were going out there. It was my mom, dad, my entire family, my sisters, and everybody. And my dad rolled up there, didn't really hear anything, and we climbed over that. And as soon as we got over that, we almost got wiped out right there.
Oh my gosh!
I remember that. It gives me cold chills to this day because literally, and my dad even stop, and he rolled down the windows, didn't hear anything, no horn blowing. We crossed that over, and we didn't even when we were on it, nobody saw it because it's so, it's like.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, there were people killed right there at Gaskins Lake that got hit. And we got over it, as soon as we got down that hill and went like this, ding, went through. And not a whistle was blown. Not anything. Yeah.
That's terrible.
I remember that like it was yesterday. It was so scary.
They should at least be blowing their whistle, or should have been blowing their whistle at crossings like that.
That would have probably been, I remember it, Diane would have been home. Diane graduated in 76, so she'd probably been 75, 74, 75. She was probably a teenager, and Yeah, wow. I was probably 8 or 9. I remember it like it was yesterday. Okay.
we're switching gears.
Well, we are going to switch gears, but this is also kind of a tragic story. I think we've heard about the shooting that happened at the First National Bank, which First National Bank was then U.S. Bank, and all right there on the corner in downtown Florida. But it literally started out First National Bank. We have done stories on that building before. But there was a prominent doctor in town, and his name was Dr. John L. Young. Okay, and he was a very beloved doctor in Florida. Okay, and one of the things about it is Rena. This is another one of Rena's story, and it's called "Sad End for Dr. John L. Young." And she's like, I didn't want to just do this story. I just wanted people to know what happened to him, that type of thing, not to bring up any bad judgment on anybody. But John Young was born in Wayne County. In Arlington Township on October 10th, 1867. John Young was the son of Andrew Jackson. I love that.
They always honor their presidents. Nobody's doing that these days, and there's probably a good reason why. But
yeah. I can see not. Yeah, by the way, not going to do BT Dubs. Not happening.
No.
The son of Andrew Jackson and Elizabeth Young, which I find that interesting. Because the mother's last name was Young, not the father. The father was Jackson, but his last name was Young.
Was his name Andrew Jackson Young?
I don't know. It just says Andrew Jackson and Elizabeth Young. I don't know. What do you think? It might have been Andrew Jackson Young?
Because I think his name was Andrew. Because, he probably went by A.J. Young.
Oh. Well, the fact that we got his full name is kind of interesting.
Yeah, those men, they always have to, use their whole entire name.
Oh, yeah. John was a well-educated man. He attended the common school and afterwards graduating from Hayward College in Fairfield, Illinois. He taught in the grade schools and then served for 8 years as Wayne County, Illinois, superintendent of schools.
Wow.
Right.
Smart guy.
Smart guy. From 1894, he was the superintendent of Wayne County schools from 1894 to 1902. But he had even higher aspirations. The setting higher goals was to be a true public servant. So this man, once I said, was really beloved by the community.
So he did all that. He was a teacher, superintendent, all that, and then he decided to go become a doctor?
I believe so. We're fixing to get there. Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, and so he was born in 1967, and so he wasn't a young man. So 1967, and he was a superintendent till 35 years.
Wow.
He's 35 years old when he decides to do this. John married a teacher, friend of his, Miss Sadie Winters of near Sisney in 1900. The two together, they had a son and a daughter. The son's name was Leslie. He was born in December of 1900, and the daughter, Irma, was born in 1902. Furthering his education, he graduated from St. Louis University School of Medicine in 1905.
Wow.
And he was at 1905, and his first practice was in Reinard, Illinois.
Okay.
And he was a doctor in Reinard, Illinois for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's down there in Reinard, and he moved to Florida in 1920. Over the next 11 years, Dr. Young became very beloved by the community and reached a level of prominence due to a man of his stature. This contributed more to the stunned feelings of the community concerning the happenings that happened on Sunday afternoon, 1931. So we're talking, he moved to Florida in 1920, and now he's a doctor here for 11 years, so the year is 1931. His office was upstairs in the First National Bank building.
Okay, so where there's law offices more recently there, Paul Riggle had an office up there, Klobnak.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up there?
Not really.
I think it's creepy.
I want to go up there. Maybe we should call one of the Masons, and see if we can go. I want to go up there now. I want to go see it. Well, maybe. Who is the head of the Masonic Lodge?
I do not know.
I don't know. We're going to find out because I'm going.
Okay.
The prominent physician was found dead in his office of a shot from a .38 caliber revolver fired by his own hand. The tragedy occurred in his office on the second floor of the First National Bank building. His wife related the story to the news media. This is what's so sad. Her husband had been cleaning up the basement at their residence on East 3rd Street in Florida. So they lived here in town. that Sunday afternoon and seemed to be improving. So what the problem is, Dr. Young had cancer. So Dr. Young had a surgical operation, and for his cancer, of course, you're talking the 1930s, so it's not like we have the medicine now to keep you decently comfortable with cancer. So we're talking 1930. Cancer back in the day would be absolutely horrendous to have. It would be. So, but he had a surgery, and she thought everything was fine. That surgery was performed at St. Mary's Hospital in St. Louis in January of that year. His wife, Sadie, noted that he did not eat lunch, and he told her he was going to the office to get some medicine, leaving the house about 1 o'clock. When he failed to return home by 4, Mrs. Young went to his office to check on him. She found him lying on the floor. Rushing downstairs, she found City Marshal Otis Miller in front of City Hall, so the City Hall building that's there now. So she would have ran out the door and went and found the City Marshal. They returned swiftly up the stairs to the doctor's office, but it was too late. Dr. Young was wearing his overcoat and had apparently been sitting in his office chair when he fired the fatal bullet. The gun was found under his office chair where it had apparently fallen when he fell to the floor. I think that's why. Why would he put his doctor's coat on?
I don't know.
That's an unusual thing because it was a Sunday, so he wasn't seeing patients.
Was it his doctor's coat or like a winter coat?
It says it said he's wearing his doctor's overcoat.
Okay.
I don't know. Judge Rao, R-E-A-U-G-A.
Ray. They said that Ray. Judge Ray. That was Marianne Ayers' grandpa.
Oh, okay. Was that last name's Ray? Had reportedly come to his office, which was near Dr. Young's, around the hour of 2 p.m. and had remained there for an hour or so. He reported that he had not heard any shot or unusual sound after his arrival in his office, so it was concluded that the tragedy occurred before his arrival at 2 o'clock.
Might have been Marianne's dad, not grandpa. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. That's awful.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Judge Ray phoned coroner Elmer Easley, as well as the doctor's son, which his son Leslie was a doctor too, and he practiced in Fairfield. An inquest was held on Monday with the members of the coroner's jury being W.M. Duff, J.L. Haycock, Fred Cheney, Asa Belt, S.S. Schreiner, and Sam Hemphill. The verdict of the jury was that Dr. Young came to his death by a self-inflicted gunshot wound while temporarily deranged from his suffering. Apparently, he had been in terrific pain.
Yeah. Pain will drive you to do crazy things.
Pain will drive you to do crazy things. He left his son, Dr. Leslie Young, a daughter, Emma Gill of Decatur, beside his widow, Sadie Winters Young. He was also survived by 3 brothers, W.B. Young of New Jersey, Andrew Young of Tuscola, Illinois, and Kurt Young of Effingham, and a large host of other relatives and friends. He is buried at Elmwood Cemetery. But it's just really, really sad. You know, here's this prominent guy, a very highly educated man, a superintendent of schools, a doctor in his own right, a family man, beloved by the community, and just
so sad.
Yeah, like I said, when you're in that, there's bad thing. Medicine is. We're lucky to be living in the time that we have the medicine that we have. Because cancer back in the day, cancer back 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Was not, my dad passed away in 97, and it's nothing like what it is today. Even that was, there was only so much they were allowed to give you to ease the pain, which, because by law, which I never did understand that. But then my mother passed away in 2002, and, that was a totally different. Totally different ball game in that 30-year span or 27-year span when my mom passed away. Yeah. So it's crazy, but man, back in the 30s,
I can't even imagine. It would have just
been deal with it.
Yeah.
But so Dr. Young, a very well loved man, and I'm sure people's always heard that rumor about somebody shooting themselves in the bank, and that's who it was, Dr. Young.
That's the story.
Yeah. So. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with another fun story.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? Well, that's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Jimmy ordered lumber, doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, Jimmy ordered guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we're talking about several different topics. We're getting ready to jump into a new one, and this one is all about
Dynamite.
The Dynamite House. Had you ever heard of the Dynamite House?
Nope. I didn't know it existed till I was going through. We were going through Rena's stuff, and I was like, "What's this Dynamite House they're talking about?"
Yeah, I didn't know about it, but I'm going to tell you about it because now I've learned all about it.
Now I want to go find it because we went on a search yesterday to try to find it, and we couldn't find it.
Yeah, so
I think we were in the wrong place.
Well, we might have been a little bit off of where we were mileage-wise, or we might have been in the right place, but it is so green right now, and the woods are so dense that it was really hard to see if there was something back there, because the Dynamite House is supposedly still standing, but very grown over with trees and vines. So the Dynamite House is located on New Highway 50, and it's on the north side of the road. It's about 4 miles west of Flora and about 2 miles east of the Xenia Road. And so this Dynamite House is a brick structure, it looks like a little brick house, and it was built around 1930, and it was built to house the dynamite, and they wanted to keep it in a safe area away from the population. Mm-hmm. So they moved it way out, which apparently, I guess, there wasn't a lot of people living around there at the time.
At the time, yeah.
So they moved it way out on the highway. And so the dynamite was used by the local oil companies to aid in drilling wells and locating oil. Wow. So they just would blast the ground. It says the seismographic activity helped locate oil somehow by studying the shock waves set off by the blast of dynamite. I don't understand all of that.
I don't know, but I just had a Wile E. Coyote super genius moment in my head.
Did you? What?
I did. Well, you know how he's always blowing everything up with Acme Dynamite?
Yeah.
I feel like that should be painted on the outside of the building.
We should do that. We should paint the...
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's like they just dig a hole right here, and I don't know. I don't understand. I come from an oil family, and I have no idea what any of that means.
Yeah. It says the use of dynamite houses was common in areas where there was a lot of mining, and I do know that like coal mines, especially down south, especially in Harrisburg, did use dynamite.
Right.
So we lived in a house in Harrisburg that was on the edge of town, and across the street from us was a big empty, some years it was corn, some years it was soybean fields, and at the back of that field was the edge of the coal mine. Mm-hmm. And it was not a underground coal mine. It was an above ground, like surface, where they just mined at the surface. But they dynamited. Is that a verb? Dynamited?
Dynamited. We just made one.
Anyway, they did it every day at 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God.
And our neighborhood would shake when they did it. And it would be kind of like a scene. Do you know the scene in Mary Poppins that they have the neighbor that sets off the cannon, and every day at the same time they all run around and hold everything in place, and they're all like, whoa. That's kind of how it was at our house. But nothing really, most of the time things didn't fall off the walls. Occasionally they did, but my mother had this big old china cabinet. What are those old like pie safes called? A Hoosier cabinet.
A Hoosier cabinet, yeah.
She had a Hoosier cabinet, and in it she had a bunch of Fiesta ware that she had displayed.
Oh my gosh.
And every day you would know when they did the the dynamite because it would be like ting, 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 you know. So anyway, that's my experience with dynamite. But anyway,
yeah, I don't want to have an experience with dynamite.
So this Dynamite House, these things were built to have walls that were approximately 1 foot thick. So that brick wall would be like that thick.
Yep.
Which I still think if all of the dynamite stored within it blew up, that would still not be enough.
It's blowing sky high.
Whatever.
It's blowing sky high.
Keep trying. Okay. The inside walls were reinforced with concrete type stucco material. And that's how most dynamite houses were built. There's not any confirmation that the one in Clay County is like that. No one's been in it. But we do have a picture.
It's a blurry picture.
It's a little blurry. We'll see if Ty can. Yeah,
we wanted to go get you a real picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is an old picture from a newspaper when Rena wrote about it. So it's not a clear one that I would have liked to have went and got, but maybe this winter when there's not any ticks, I'll be a little bit more brave.
Yeah, we're gonna
get
go
out
by
of the car
because by all accounts it's still there.
Yeah, no one's told me any differently. So,
so it's between floor. It's by. Okay, yeah. We were on the wrong side of Xenia, so it's between Xenia and Flora, not on the other side of Xenia. Okay, we'll have to go.
So whenever Rena was writing about it, she talked to Herb Tackett, and he remembered it, and because his parents farmed 40 acres just north of it.
Oh, yeah.
And he said that when they were farming, he had to go around that house to get to the acres they farmed. And when he was young, his father and mother would tell him, as they drove the tractor around, like not to make any excessive noises that might set off the dynamite.
Oh,
can you imagine being a young kid and out there farming and be like, don't do anything that will set this dynamite off?
Well, if you would have told that to my son Connor,
he would rev it up.
Mac would have stayed away. Connor would have been like, sweet dynamite. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it never did. Some ornery kid didn't blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Anyway,
keep going.
That's it.
That's pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
So I wonder, okay. So
it does say the Flora Lumber Company was the one who utilized the building for their storage of the explosive material.
Okay.
So apparently they were the ones that maybe hauled it back and forth.
Well, I want to do a show on Flora Lumber Company too, because it's been around since the beginning of time.
Yes.
I want to definitely do it. That is interesting.
Yeah. So the Dynamite
And it makes you
House.
wonder if there's any, if they just like, okay, so what do you do with the dynamite whenever it's like, okay, we're done doing this now, so you're done? I mean.
Do you think there's any in it?
That's what I'm wondering. I don't know. Don't it make you wonder?
Like when they were done, did they just walk away? People do that. Like when they're done with the house, they just
walk away.
Surely not with dynamite.
I don't know.
And how long can dynamite stay stored before it's
it doesn't say when they shut her down?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
No.
Ew, I don't know.
What if they haven't shut it down? What if they're still using it and we just don't know it? What if it's still full of dynamite?
It might still be full of dynamite.
I'm just exaggerating.
Yeah, it's probably not.
No, I don't think so, especially with all those holes in the roof. Did you see that?
I did see all the holes in the roof.
Yeah, that's probably a bad sign.
Yeah. Well, they would have been right. Maybe it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but definitely we're going to go. I'm going to, even when today I may have to just Trixie when we leave. I may have to Trixie in that area. And it's on the north, so we know it's the first fact, on the north side of the road.
Yes.
4 miles west of Flora.
And 2 miles east of the Xenia Road.
And the Xenia Road is the crossing.
That's what she's considering the Xenia Road. So I think we were a little too far west, maybe.
We were.
Mm-hmm.
We were.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yep. But the good news is Stacey's car does great on back roads, even roads that are not paved, even farm roads that are made for tractors. Her Acadia just goes in stride.
My little Denali Acadia. We turned on there. It turns out in grass, and Beth is like, "Are you driving back there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think I am." Yeah, I think I am.
And so we did.
And then we backed out. We got a little bit far. Well, I did that one day. I took off because I wanted to find the black cemetery where Higginbothams are buried. And I went. You would have been nervous on that one because it was weedy. This you could at least tell that there was kind of a road. It was just a little grassy and wobbly. But I went back there by myself.
Yeah.
And I drove, and it was like...
See, that would bother me in a pickup truck, but I just don't want to tear up a nice vehicle.
Well, I didn't have no sense. And I did that, and I think that car was I hadn't even had it a year, and it was brand new. So yeah. And then I'm thinking,
nothing got hurt. It's fine.
It's all fine.
Everything's fine.
And then I got out of my car and was walking back but it looks like an island. You can't see anything, which I'd like to see that cleared off again. Yeah.
Okay, so every week we end our show. We used to end it with something inspirational. Lately, we've been doing funny nonsense quotes from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Deep Thoughts. Just because swans mate for life, I don't think it's that big of a deal. First of all, if you're a swan, you're probably not going to find a swan that looks that much better than the one you've got. So why not mate for life?
That's really funny, but also sort of true.
I mean, a swan's a swan.
They all look the same.
I mean, if you're going to mate for, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to find one that looks any different.
He could have done that with penguins, too.
Yeah. Crack up. Oh, my gosh.
I think that's that. I don't know.
Anyway,
They're just so stupid.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. As always, you can find us on Wabash Catch TV, channel 100, daily at 11. New episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays. Also, all of our episodes are on our YouTube channel, by the way, with Beth and Stacey. You can like and follow us on Facebook, and we will see you next week.
All right. Have a great day, and God bless you.
Hey.
We're not...